Greetings, Internet, and welcome back for another Oxleymations presentation. For today's episode of Fun Size, if it wasn't obvious from the title down below, we're going to be trying a new kind of marshmallow that I found at the store. Now, y'all have heard of Peeps. Obviously, y'all have heard of Peeps. Everyone's heard of Peeps. This year, I don't know what company it is exactly, because I haven't looked at that part of the packaging yet, but a company has decided that there needs to be more Sour Patch Kids food-related products in the world. And they just so happened to develop these. Yes, you are in fact looking at a bag of Sour Patch Kids marshmallows. And apparently, they come in 5 flavors. They've got blue raspberry, lemon, lime, orange, and red berry. Whatever red berry is supposed to taste like. And apparently, these things are great for decorating, if you believe the packaging. They were made by a company called Frankfurt. Sorry about all the crinkling, but just this cheap plastic they use for these bags, it likes to crinkle. Now, one thing I find ever so slightly concerning is they had to put a friggin' choking hazard on this thing. They're marshmallows. You're supposed to eat them. But apparently these are not for children under 4. So now the next thing I know a lot of you are probably wondering, when it comes to the nutrition facts, all those calorie conscious like myself are going to be going right to this little square on the back. Nutrition facts, about 7 servings per container. Serving size is 3 pieces. The amount of calories per serving is 90. So for every 3 pieces, for every 3 Sour Patch Kids marshmallows, you're ingesting 90 calories. And they also give a rather uninspired decorating tip of just sticking it in the icing on a cupcake. Could that be a muffin? Who knows? And of course, the little doofus on the side here has been given a little chef's hat and a little spoon, and he's looking all happy because he's going to be sour, then he's going to be sweet, and then he's going to be gone. And that's when I'll be happy, when he's gone. Now, I shouldn't be so harsh on these. I haven't even opened up the packaging yet or tasted them. I know these things could actually be good. So, without further ado, without further delay, also, this bag is best by June of 2022, so without further delay, or ado, so, opening the bag and, ooh, okay, I'll grant them this. It smells really good. It's got a very, very citric heavy scent. This tastes like you just cracked open a Mountain Dew. That is what that smell reminds me of. A freshly popped can of Mountain Dew. Or bottle, whatever you're drinking. So obviously, we're going to take a look at these. When it comes to the actual presentation, if you look at the back of the bag, that's what they're supposed to look like. Basically just a giant Sour Patch Kid. And this is what they actually look like. Hopefully you can kind of make out the details. It looks like an okay facsimile of a Sour Patch Kids gummy. The back is basically just flat. There's nothing going on back there. Oh, they missed a spot. And for some reason, it looks like they decided to give him like a little belly button or a navel or something. That little nub sticking out right there. It's actually a pretty good quality marshmallow. It's nice and squishy, nice and pillowy and soft. Smish, smish. Now for me to do something that I've been wanting to do with these little jerks ever since that friggin' Sour Patch cereal. I'm gonna rip your head off. Yes. Now look upon your body in shame. That got a little dark, didn't it? So I'm gonna take this marshmallow. I'm gonna eat it. On your mark, ready, steady, go. I'm shocked and amazed. Pardon me. That happens when I get hit with like a real shock of sour. I get a cold chill. Don't know why. But this thing is actually good. This is legitimately good. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it tastes good right off the bat. You get the sweet from the marshmallow that thankfully helps to balance out the sour. But then, once it's gone, I don't know if this is just me, but you know when you open up a brand new packet of Kool-Aid and you kind of catch some of the Kool-Aid powder that just kind of woofs up out of it in your nose, and it's got almost a fruity, almost perfumey type quality to it? That's like the aftertaste from these. Although I'm not sure if it's actually an aftertaste, because it's like I'm smelling it more than I'm tasting it. Not that that's a bad thing. So now I'm going to take the rest of his little carcass and... Oh, which one is this one? Red berry. Okay, red berry is not a bad flavor. Now I'm curious about the other flavors. Okay, so I'm going to try and rate each flavor individually. That was red berry. Here's lime. I'm just going to grab one of each. Here's lemon. There's lime again. Okay, there's orange. I just need a blue raspberry. And there's one right there. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to say that red berry is okay. It gets a 3 from me. It's not my favorite, but I probably would eat another one. Orange. Okay, I like that one a lot better than red berry. For one thing, right off the bat, it doesn't have that weird kind of perfumey smell, taste thing going on. It just tastes like a refreshing orange. Obviously with a lot of sugar on top. That one gets a 7. Alright, let's go for blue raspberry. Blue raspberry is one of my favorite flavors, so here we go. Okay, that one's not nearly as strong as like the red berry. That one straight up just tastes like a tangy blue peep. Or blue raspberry peep. That one's going to get a 4. No, I'll be fair, that one gets a 5. It's okay for multiples of these flavors to get the same number. Now we move on to lime. Okay, I really like that lime flavor. It's got a nice tang to it. It's got that nice citrus kick to it. I probably look insane to you guys right now. Just like, it's got a good flavor to it. Alright, lime, that one's going to get a 6. And now we move on to the final of the 5 flavors, lemon. Which I've got to say, that is a nice, bright, vibrant Peeps color. And you can see how they injected the little molds with the marshmallow cream. Because he's got 2 little dimples on his back. One on the back of his head, and one on his back. And this one, I think, is actually the best looking of the bunch so far. That actually looks the most like a real Sour Patch Kids gummy compared to the rest of them. But now then, enough of my jib-jab, time to put this thing in my gab. Okay, that's the most sour so far. Because obviously lemon is the most sour flavor. Okay. Can y'all tell I'm weak when it comes to sour things? Okay, I like it, but that was a little too much sour. I need a drink of water. Got to clear my mouth real quick. The flavor is good, just that citric acid they put on it. Or whatever they put on it. There's actual citric acid and there's something else. Let me see if it's listed. Malic acid. They put just a touch too much malic acid on the lemon one, in my personal opinion. I've got friends who would love that because they just love sour things. But I'm more of a sweet sour kind of person. So that one I'm just gonna give that one a 5. It wasn't terrible, wasn't great, it was okay. So on the whole, if my editing self would be so kind as to put the standings down here, or on the side, whichever is easier for me. It's the Oxleymations tier list of the best flavor to the okayest flavor. Alright, and when it comes to the packaging, it does a good job of recreating the Sour Patch Kids gummies packaging, which they kind of had to go for so people would understand that these are Sour Patch Kids themed, but at the same time, they could have done better. They could have been more creative and imaginative with it, other than just photoshopping one onto a cupcake and putting a chef's hat and a spoon on another one. I will admit, I do like the fact that they show a dissected one up in the top, because that just shows these little goobers what's coming. And with that said, on the whole, I'm going to go with the highest rating, which I think was a 7. We're going to say it was a 7. The tier list over here would have told you that the highest was a 7. And we're going to give the packaging a 4. Just because, you know, they just recycled the same aesthetic from the Sour Patch Kids gummies packaging. If I'm not mistaken, that might actually be the exact same logo from the gummies. So it doesn't really get high marks for me for that fact alone. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, going with the high score and adding that, the score for the Sour Patch Kids Marshmallows is a solid 11. It's not the worst score. It could have been like a 9 or a 5. It would have to be pretty bad to get a 5. But it gets an 11. I think it deserves it because some of those flavors were pretty good. Some of those flavors were not great. When it comes to these, I may actually get another bag of them, specifically for the orange and the lime. Those were the standout flavors for me. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you can find a pack of these and you want to give them a try for yourself, by all means, you run right out to your store or drive, walk, bike, I don't care. You can just go on ahead, get yourself a bag of these things and try them for yourself. I would honestly say to get these and share them with friends because these things are a bit of a hassle to eat all at once. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and all other configurations being, if you like what you've seen here today, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Once you are subscribed, you'll be glad you did. Share it with your friends if you think they'll like them, or if you're not sure, share it anyway. You could be surprised. And with all of that said, and all of that horse hockey and stuff out of the way, this is your old buddy Oxleymations saying, you're awesome. I appreciate each and every single one of my subscribers, and if you're watching these videos and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. You will be glad you did, like I said previously. And on that note, this is Oxleymations saying, cowabunga, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.